Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that affects so many of us, but often flies completely under the radar: fatty liver. And the best part? We're going to show you how the healing process can start right in your own kitchen. So let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel, well, just kind of off? Bloated, super tired, maybe a little irritable for no good reason? That feeling of heaviness after a meal that just won't go away? It's so easy to just brush that stuff aside, right? But what if those feelings aren't random at all? What if they're actually little signals, silent whispers really, that your body is sending you? And what if they're coming from one of your most important organs, your liver? Today, we're going to learn how to tune in and listen. So, here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about why fatty liver is such a common and silent problem. Then, we'll look at the serious risks if you ignore it. But after that, it's all about solutions. We're talking diet plans, awesome juices, simple home remedies, and what that journey to recovery actually looks like. All right, section 1. Let's get right to it and figure out what fatty liver actually is and why on earth it's become so incredibly common. So at its core, fatty liver is pretty much what it sounds like. It's when too much fat builds up in your liver cells. And here's the big misunderstanding. A lot of people think this is just about alcohol. But really, the much bigger culprits these days are our modern diet and lifestyle. Think junk food, tons of sugar, and just not eating at the right times. And get this number is pretty staggering. It's estimated that somewhere between 60 and 70% of people have some amount of fatty liver going on. That's more than half the population. And the crazy part is, most of them have no clue, because those early signs are just so easy to overlook. And these are those sneaky early signs we're talking about. Things like a lot of gas and bloating, feeling weighed down for ages after you eat. Maybe your digestion just feels off. Or hey, maybe you're just not that hungry anymore and you're tired and cranky all the time. These are the very first clues that your liver is working way too hard and needs a hand. Okay, now let's get serious for a moment and talk about why we absolutely cannot ignore those signs. Because the real danger isn't just having a little fat in your liver. It's about what happens next if you let it go. You see, liver damage happens in stages. You start with a healthy liver, then you get to stage 2, that's fatty liver. If you don't do anything about it, it can progress to liver fibrosis, which is basically scarring. And from there, it can lead to cirrhosis, which is very serious, and often you can't turn back from that point. And here's why this matters for your entire body. A fatty liver is not an isolated issue. It's like the gateway to a whole bunch of other problems. We're talking about high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and a massively increased risk for diabetes. It's all connected. But, and this is a big but, here is the really good news. In many cases, this is totally reversible, and the most powerful weapon you have in this fight, it's sitting right there in your kitchen. The power is literally on your plate. So the plan is basically a big, simple swap. We've got to ditch the foods that are putting all that stress on the liver. You know the culprits: fried stuff, junk food, tons of sugar, heavy dairy. And instead, we're going to lean into the foods that help cleanse and heal it. Think lots of green veggies, sprouted greens, fruits, and lighter options. Okay, now let's go beyond just your meals. There are a few simple daily habits and some amazing juices that can really kickstart your liver's recovery and speed things up. I love this idea. Just think about it. Sipping warm water throughout the day. What does heat do to fat? It melts it, right? It's a similar principle here. Warm water can gently help your body's systems to start breaking down and processing those fat deposits. It's so simple, but it's a fantastic foundation. First up on our juice list is Lauki, also known as bottle gourd. Why this one? Because it's alkaline. A lot of the foods we eat make our bodies acidic, which causes inflammation. Lauki juice helps to calm all that down, taking a huge load off your liver. Next up, amla, or Indian gooseberry. This stuff is a vitamin C powerhouse. In Ayurvedic tradition, it's called a rejuvenator for a reason. It's believed to help repair and restore the health of our organs, and that definitely includes the liver. And finally, we have chlorella, or bitter gourd. Now, I know, it's bitter, but it is incredible for helping to balance your blood sugar. And since we know fatty liver and blood sugar issues go hand in hand, this is a really important piece of the puzzle. Now let's get even more specific with some easy remedies you can whip up at home. Seriously, your kitchen spice rack is about to become your own personal pharmacy. And look how simple these are. Feeling gassy and bloated? Just a teaspoon of cumin with some warm water can really help. For more direct liver support, there's an herb called Bumi Amla that's fantastic. And for a great overall cleanse of your whole digestive tract, Triphala powder is an absolute classic. So you start making all these changes. What can you actually expect? How long does this whole healing thing take? Let's map out a realistic path forward. Look, this isn't an overnight miracle, but it also doesn't have to take years. If you are consistent, and that's the key word, with these diet and lifestyle changes, you could see a major improvement and even a reversal of fatty liver in about 3 to 4 months. That's it. And this right here is probably the most important thing I'll say today. Consistency is everything. It means a hard no to the junk food, the fried food, all of it. But it also means you gotta listen to your body. Don't starve yourself. When you feel hungry, eat. Just make the smart choice. Grab some fruit instead of a candy bar. So we'll end on this question. All those little feelings, the bloating, the fatigue, they aren't just random annoyances. They're your body trying to talk to you. After everything we've gone over, the only real question left is, are you ready to finally listen?